cash. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even me that I don't want none of it. It's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a lazy, my posse deep and I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's. Bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. That on my bacon. Big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather...
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Bridgewater and the Jets come up now 1st and 10. Our first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Bridgewater. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They're going to try and throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun.
They'll look to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
Do you think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the toss play, Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And there to get him down defensively, Brian Allen.
Well, after that stop, you know that third down is not a gimme if you're on the offensive team. So what are you going to do? Run it again? Or maybe you go play action and try and throw the ball and pick up the necessary yardage.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On the handoff, this is Howard. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On third down, Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for Perriman. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. So now fourth down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And some space here. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. In for the score. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
Bridgewater and the Jets come up now 1st and 10. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Five down.
They toss left to Howard. And some room to work. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Open man is Uzama. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
To throw, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll give to Howard, and that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. That is caught. It's Perriman. A good pickup there at 22.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
We saw that indeed, picking up the first. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd down, Bridgewater. That's caught right side by Anderson. Anderson loses the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Jets. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout.
3-19.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
No, check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
All right, here we go. Green 39!
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Gone! Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. It finds his target, Fuller. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. Green 39. Watching that party.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Butker able to put this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here we go. 5 down. Delta.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, that's Logan. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And his throw here is incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
This is Logan. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll set up to throw, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Bridgewater and the Jets come up now 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Bridgewater now. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that's caught inside the 35. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go, gotta go.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that's going to tie us at 13. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to float this one deep. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a return will be stopped at the 30. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Leonard Floyd able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Now back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. On the carry, it's Logan. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer.
Back to the
a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And that is incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Fire down, fire down. Go Delta. Go Delta.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Ardarius Stewart there. And it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Anthony Hitchens in to drop him behind the line, and that's a loss of a yard. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Chiefs on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jets have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They run with Howard. Oh, an absolutely filthy joke. He's got some space now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one 28 yards on the ground. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. A give left side to Howard. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And now here comes Kansas City. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They'll run it here with Logan. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Gone! Here we go now. Boom, landed.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. Boom, landed. Gone.
He'll look to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now the first throw in overtime for Bridgewater. Escapes the sack. Now he'll escape. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 599 Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit.
Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder,